to That Generic Tech Podcast. I'm Timothy Matthews.
I'm Vinny Masiti.
And we are here to talk about technology.
Yay.
Good old technology.
Technology, baby.
Even though sometimes we just want to throw it out the window, or we want to love it and kiss it, we'll talk about it.
I always want to throw it out the window because people won't stop asking me things.
Yeah, let's do it. Before the show,
leave me alone, people.
I had like 2 support calls by like relatives. It's funny.
Yeah, Tim just had 2 support calls in the span of 20 minutes, and it's 8:43 p.m.
We were supposed to record at 8.
And he had 2 support calls from his family members.
Yeah. All right. So, how have you been, Vince?
I've been okay. I've been very busy. And yourself?
Pretty busy. Pretty busy. You know, trying to keep my head above all this Windows stuff that's coming up there. Yeah.
So many Windows things.
So many Windows things. It's like
so much room for activities.
It's like Microsoft is just like, let's release everything at the same time.
It's
so,
I've had a hard time keeping up, to be honest with you.
There's a lot of stuff.
Not with Microsoft, but like just with everything in general.
Everything is
the Microsoft stuff, Apple versus Samsung, new products coming out. There's new Ultrabooks that came out. There's a whole bunch of crap that's going on, and we're just, it's like all at once. It's crazy. Like right now, we're still supposed to be in like the quiet season for technology, aren't we?
We're supposed to, but I don't think people care anymore. People are just like going for it.
Yeah.
Like, well, I mean, let's start off with the first news piece. Is that the new version of OS X Mountain Lion is out.
Meow.
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 So, like, releasing a new OS is pretty cool. I upgraded right away. And
early adopter, eh?
I'm always an early adopter for OSs. I'm a sucker for like operating systems. I love them.
Me too. Except for OSX, obviously. I couldn't care less about it. It's okay.
So no, it's actually a lot faster than Lion. I've seen. And
really?
Yeah, it's a lot faster. And it's only $20.
No, that's good. It's $20.
And if you held up on Lion and you're still running on Snow Leopard, you can actually just buy the $20 and just go straight to Mountain Lion. So that's pretty cool too.
So you don't have to go to Lion and then go to Mountain Lion.
No, but what I would recommend if you are doing that, format and reinstall. I had a buddy of mine do that. Not format and reinstall, and it was really slow. And his MacBook was like newer than mine. So yeah. Do yourself a favor and just format reinstall.
Well, Tim, does he have a solid-state drive?
No. Mm-hmm. But he has like an i5 processor.
And like you have a what?
I have a Core 2 Duo.
Holy cow.
I still have a Core 2 Duo, but it's great. It still runs perfectly fine. The only thing I'm running low on is memory, which I have 8 gigs.
That's still pretty high.
It's very high. But
8 gigs of memory is still pretty high.
That's because like I do like a lot of stupid stuff. Like I have a Windows VM that takes 2 gigs here, and I have another Linux VM that's taking another 2 gigs there, and then I got my other applications.
So what necessary? You don't have to. When you're just fooling around, your virtual machines don't have to have 2 gigs of RAM.
You know what else? I think it's impressive when your boss walks by your cubicle and he sees the screen.
My VM has 2 gigs of RAM.
He just sees shit going on in like in the Windows, right? Like he sees like Windows and it's like running a command line. You got Linux on there and I'm typing away and it's like another. Anyway, it's funny.
It's like, wow, Tim looks busy. I better leave him alone.
Exactly. But the new version is pretty cool. It actually makes a lot of iOS stuff into it. So it has a reminders app like the iPhone and the iPad. iCal is now called Calendar. Address Book is now called Contacts.
Wow,
they're making it really like iOS.
I like how they remove the I.
Yeah, they removed the I. All right. It's trying to keep it all mainstream. Even though they have Notes too now, which they didn't have. Well, they did kind of before, but it was in Apple Mail. But no, it's very interesting, and even they have Game Center too, so you can. It has like their Xbox Live, let's say.
Okay.
It was part of iOS, now part of OS 10. That's pretty cool, and they also have messages, which I found pretty useful. When it does work sometimes, but it's pretty cool. Like you can send text messages from your laptop.
So the whole point of OSX Mountain Lion is really to bring the iOS kind of base to the Mac desktop experience.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going on now, and it even has a notification center, which is right next to like if you do a 2-finger swipe from the side of your trackpad and you go like this to inside the trackpad, it'll actually pop up, which is pretty cool.
Okay.
And it has like all your stuff, like your messages, your emails, your contacts. You can click to tweet. Also, the integration with Twitter inside the OS is pretty cool too. Meaning from anywhere you can, send a tweet. So let's say if you're looking at a picture and from the preview app, you can say, I can just send it to Twitter. And also what's cool later is going to be integrated with Facebook as well. So that's cool. And also another interesting thing, and they took a page from Microsoft, which is now the pages and numbers in Keynote. All the default save location is now in iCloud.
Cool.
So they don't say, save it on the hard drive. They say save it on iCloud. Right when you open up like pages, it's like iCloud. Here's all your iCloud documents. Which one do you want to open?
So that's pretty much what Windows is doing in Windows 8 for Office.
Yeah,
they don't want you to use the local hard drive of your system anymore. They want their preferred method of saving documents and all that stuff is directly to the cloud. Yeah, whether it be for Apple and OS X and iOS, it's going to be iCloud. For Microsoft, it's going to be SkyDrive. What about the Chromebook? The Chromebook that does that automatically for Chrome OS, right? Because
there's no local storage.
It's a web-based operating system, so I would imagine it saves right to your Google Drive, let's say.
Well, it's because you're also on the internet. Like when you're using Google Docs, you're saving in the web app. You're not saving into a local drive. There is no local drive in Chrome. It's not supposed to have local drive.
Yeah.
But what's cool is that you can. What I like better about it, like what Windows and OS 10 is doing, is that you do have the option to save locally. Or even import or export to the cloud. So it's not a dead stop. Let's say, and like if you had a Chromebook and you want to save to a local, Also, what's cool is they also have something called AirPlay mirroring. Oh, sorry. Okay. To go back to the iCloud saving, what's funny is that Mac has a Notepad equivalent called TextEdit. Okay, and that too opens in iCloud. So that's kind of useless, but whatever. It's
okay,
there.
I guess.
It's there. But, to go back to AirPlay mirroring. So AirPlay mirroring is pretty cool. It's where you can actually mirror your Mac to an Apple TV. So you don't have to get like a cable to connect to a projector. You can just, you have a screen. And you have an Apple TV connected to a screen, and you can just mirror your display directly to it. So it's good.
That's cool.
Because there's a lot of... there's been an upsurge of people just buying an Apple TV and just connecting it to like TVs to project it in the classroom, in the in medical facilities, a whole bunch of stuff like that, because they use the iPad to like show stuff through that. Right, there's a big projector, but now it also works for the Mac, so that's pretty cool.
Cool stuff, and all that for $20, folks.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's very, very cheap.
It's very cheap.
Yeah, you can't go wrong. Oh yeah, and also it has Dictation, which is pretty cool. It's like you just press a button on your Mac and you tell it, you dictate to it, and it does the text.
Okay,
that's pretty cool. It's like like something like Siri integration, but not like commands. It's more like talking.
Like, type me this.
Yeah, exactly. Like I can say like Vinny's a jerk, and it'll write Vinny's a jerk.
and it will be right because I am a jerk.
So yeah, that's Mountain Lion. There is one bug though.
Bugs.
That I did notice, and it's pretty crappy bug.
What's up?
It's that it's only going to affect people that are in that use it for work. So they connect to a Windows file share.
Okay.
So if you connect
only for people who use it for work.
Only for people who actually use it to connect to a Windows file share.
Okay.
The way to do it is usually you go to the connect to a server and you type in SMB:/ the server name, and then it'll present you a list of shares. That doesn't work.
Why?
It just doesn't work. It doesn't work anymore. It says it pops up the authentication. You put the authentication, and then all of a sudden it just doesn't do anything. It says, there's been an error. And I looked at the console.
Sorry, there's an error. Gotta go now.
Pretty much. But if you type in the full thing, SMB:/ server name / the share, it'll work. It just can't do the discovery of shares.
Okay.
Okay.
So something that was working
is not working anymore.
Is not working anymore.
But they're probably going to be a patch.
Okay.
So, but
okay. Well, it's a bug, and everybody has bugs. And I'm sure they'll fix it in the next update.
Yeah, there is a workaround. You can connect directly to the share, but you know what it is, huh? It's funny. I looked at the console, and I was trying to, I spent a good, hour trying to understand this and see if I can just create a fix so, I don't have to wait for Apple to create a .1 release. And, in the console, it's just that the SMB application, the SMB daemon, which is part of Linux, adds an extra slash.
Really?
Whenever you type, it'll add an extra slash, but it even adds a slash the wrong way, so it screws up.
Oh, God.
So it screws up.
That's funny. I'm sorry. That's pretty funny.
That's pretty much what it is. So I was like, well, there you go. So, yeah. Free IT support for you guys listening.
Free IT support, or you could just send us $100 right now. Two IT guys on site. Sorry, off-site support. That's $100 an hour times 2. You guys owe us $200 each. So that's maybe
the bills in the mail.
3 people or maybe would be listening to this. So yeah, we're getting $600 or something. I don't know what's going on.
It's all good. So, enough about that. Vinny.
Yeah?
You got something.
I bought something for myself.
Well, what did you buy?
And I bought it because, if you don't know, Android is a pretty popular operating system, mobile operating system, if you haven't noticed.
No way.
So I get a lot of clients that... Well, it's not that I get a lot of clients coming up to me and asking me for Android support, but, they'll come up to me and they'll say, hey, how do I get this to work on my Nexus? Or how do I get this to work on my Galaxy whatever or my Android device? Mm-hmm. And I can't, I'm a tech guy. I can't say, well, I don't know. Most of the time I got to pretend and be like, yeah, I know, no problem. Just give me 5 minutes, come back in 10 minutes, and I'll do a quick little Google and... They'll come back and they'll be fixed. But my main reason to purchase this is just to learn Android and to be just, familiar with it.
Yeah, that's
right?
Cool. So you bought yourself a Nexus 7.
I bought myself a Nexus 7.
That's awesome.
And it's my first. Well, okay, it's not my first tablet. It's it's not even my first.
If you
7-inch tablets, actually my second 7-inch tablet.
If you consider what you had before.
My first 7-inch tablet was, whoever listened to this podcast before, you probably already know, because either I mentioned it or Tim's made fun of it, is the BlackBerry Playbook.
It's still working. Oh my God!
It's still working. Okay, but the funny thing is with the BlackBerry Playbook is when I first got it, the 1.0 release, it worked fine. There was nothing wrong with it. The only thing that was wrong with it is its ecosystem, and that's huge, obviously.
Wasn't it slowing down for you?
Sorry?
Wasn't it also slowing down for you?
Yeah. Say I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Oh, okay.
So you better be sorry. Don't you ever So when I first bought it, it was okay. It was fine. There was nothing wrong with it. It was fast. The web browser was okay. The video chat worked like was phenomenal. And then the 2.0 release came out, and it changed things a bit. It added the like your pretty much your static buttons. It added email support, a whole bunch of stuff. But it started to degrade. It started to get like slow and buggy, and it would crash. I have to reboot it. And then this other update came, a 2 point something. I don't know what it was. I forget. And that like killed it dead. Like it was okay at first, and then it killed it. So what I decided to do was I reformatted it. Mm-hmm. I did a security wipe, and now it works. It works well. It works as if when I bought it on the first day, it was fixed. Like it fixed it.
But it's still Blackberry.
So I guess upgrading from 1.0 to 2.0 like broke it initially, and then the other update broke it again. And now starting directly from the newest OS, the newest release, it works fine now. There's no problems with it. The browsing is decent. I didn't try the video chat, but for me it was just the browsing, and I couldn't install any applications anymore for some reason. They wouldn't download or they just wouldn't work, and the apps would be slow too. But now it's fine. It's fixed. And okay, there's one thing I gotta say about the BlackBerry. It's well built. It's not a cheap tablet. It is a well-built tablet. When you feel it in your hands, it feels well-built. The operating system just blows. I'm sorry. Okay, no. Okay, no. Sorry, I take that back, but not really.
You can't take that back. You just said it.
It looks nice. It looks fine. The look is okay. There's nothing wrong with the look. There's nothing wrong with the speed. It's pretty snappy for what it is. It's just the ecosystem is so... My Windows phone has a better ecosystem than this. Believe it or not.
Oh, I believe it.
Windows Phone 7.5 has a better ecosystem than this. There's nothing. It's a barren wasteland. There's Facebook. There's Facebook.
That's all you need, no?
Yes, that's all you need. If you're if you're okay, well now that this is out, the Nexus for $199, forget about it. Forget. Don't. There's no reason to buy this, because this was the only decent tablet, well-built tablet that is functional. If you buy it, like if you bought it straight from the 2.0 release. I don't know. Maybe it only happened to me. Maybe everyone else's upgrade was fine. I don't know. But for me, it was death.
Wait a minute.
But what?
What are you going to say? That it's the best? What?
What did I say?
You're saying if you get it from 2.0, it's the best tablet?
No. I'm saying if you bought it at if you're going to go buy it now, like at version 2.0 without any bugs or anything. It was a good bargain at the time, but I'm talking this guy out of the picture right now, the Nexus 7.
But what about the iPad?
At $199.
What about the iPad at like $399?
Well, if you have $400 to spend, okay, no, there's no comparison. But if you only have $200 to spend, which a lot of the time is the case.
What about the Kindle? The Kindle Fire.
Which one? The Kindle Fire?
Yeah. That was $200.
No, I don't know. But at the time, it was a good deal for $199. It was a good deal for $199. But now that this is out, forget about it. There's no comparison. This has to drop down to $99 if they're gonna want people to buy it.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing. There's nothing that this unfortunately could really offer other than a really well built email client. I think the email client on this is great. And it's too bad because I like RIM. I've always liked RIM, but what are you gonna do? This tablet, the Nexus 7, is is cool. I like it. It feels very well built. It's very fast. It's crazy fast. It's got a 720p screen. I like Android. I like Jelly Bean.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be. Jelly Bean is supposed to be optimized for tablet use. Am I right, Tim?
I guess.
Well, that's what I read anyway. There's all kinds of applications for it. If you're worried about apps, don't be worried about apps, because it's got like everything. I find it works fine. I find it's a great tablet. I'm happy. Well, I got the 16 gig version. I spent a bit more money on it. That's because you told me to buy it.
Yeah, get 16 gigs.
Yeah, that's what Tim told me. So Tim knows his tablets, so I went with Tim's recommendation. The calendaring is great. I could hook it up to my Windows Live account. The email app is decent. I just think it's a good overall tablet. The display is really nice. I really like this back button. That back button there, Tim. You see the back button for Android?
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, I like that. You could go back to your previous apps that were open, and it keeps a lot of it in memory. I haven't experienced any slowdown. The web browsing is very fast. So I'm actually very happy with this. Only thing that my complaint is, I don't know right now. It'll come to me, because I made a complaint yesterday and I forget it, but I'm pretty sure it'll come back to me. But as I said, I wish it had more Microsoft apps. Like, well, it's not really Google's fault because Microsoft doesn't really have a lot of mobile apps. But okay, I've noticed in the App Store,
Google Play.
I would try to download an app, and what are you laughing at?
Nothing. Google
You
Play.
laughing at me?
I'm saying Google Play.
Yes. Sorry,
and
Google
also,
Play.
And also, your gripe is that there's no Microsoft stuff on it.
Yeah, no, but that's Microsoft's fault. No, but there's like, for example, there's OneNote. So I was like, oh, amazing. Like, OneNote's pretty much the only Microsoft app I would want for this anyway. That and SkyDrive.
Yeah, OneNote sucks on mobile.
So I installed it, and I don't. Too bad I don't have it now because I uninstalled it, and it told me that I couldn't run it because it doesn't work for Jelly Bean yet.
Oh, that sucks.
So I've noticed that on a couple of other applications as well. I should have kept them installed to show you, but unfortunately I uninstalled them.
That's kind of stupid. Like they let you download the whole app and then have to say it's not compatible. That's stupid.
Yeah. Like after people leave reviews. So I would go into the reviews and see, and some people post does not work for Jelly Bean or blah blah blah.
That's dumb.
I'm gonna try to find the OneNote. I think I remember. It said doesn't work for Jelly Bean or something like that.
Well,
anyway, that's really my only thing. And there's no back-facing camera, but I really don't care about that.
No, you don't.
At all. I don't care. Listen, it's $200. If you're gonna go buy the 8 gig version, this is the 16 gig version.
Yeah,
$200. Like this, don't even bother anymore. Like this, the Blackberry Playbook is dead now.
But like even at that with my iPad, like the only camera that I actually use is the front one. The back one is kind of useless. To be 100% honest with you, I don't even know why there's still back cameras on these iPads, because you look kind of stupid with like carrying around with your iPad. You're like, yeah, I'm gonna take a picture of you with my gigantic thing.
Yeah, I hate that too. However, it did screw me over the other day.
How did it screw you over?
Okay, just out of nowhere, like I just moved into my new place here, and there's a groundhog that's around my area. And a couple of days ago, Tim, we had I think it was on Sunday or Saturday, we had a really hot day.
Okay, yeah, it was so hot.
It was a scorcher. So I came home, and I was in my basement for a bit. I went upstairs, and I had my Nexus with me. and I open my blinds, and I see this groundhog. He was on my porch, like face down, lying down, like trying to cool off. So I'm like, let me take a picture. I grab my Nexus, and I'm like, oh crap! There's no freaking back-facing camera. So I kind of got screwed over. So I had to kind of turn the Nexus this way and take a picture of it. So that's how it screwed me over. But no, overall, I mean, I really like it. Yeah, here it is, Tim. I found it. I just had it open. It says if you go to the OneNote download page, I guess I'll call it in Google Play. It says, description, Dear Android 4.1 Jelly Bean users, we are looking into reported compatibility issues and are working hard on a solution. Thank you for your patience. So I guess I should have read that before.
I guess. Oh, well, that's cool.
Yeah. No, but it's I'm happy with it, but and at the same time I get to learn how Android works, and I'm able to support people who use Android now. So that's good.
That's awesome. So that's the important part. It's a business expense.
Yes, it is.
Cool. So yeah, I'm just checking at the OneNote app. I haven't checked the OneNote app on my iPad like in a long time. It's gotten better. Oh, look at that. It's pretty cool. So you see that? Hold on. If you look at this, see? That's not bad. You can see that.
That's like, if I had that, that'd be perfect, because that's all I really needed for it.
It's
like,
actually pretty cool.
I won't do heavy editing on my OneNote app for Android, let's say. But, if I need to, because I keep a lot of my work stuff on here. And I keep a lot of troubleshooting guides too. Like let's say I'm working on a problem.
Why don't you just use Evernote?
And I have like a million tabs open of troubleshooting websites that I go to. If I find a solution that works, I pretty much copy the entire web page and I paste it onto OneNote, and it looks like a web page.
Well, why don't you do that with Evernote? Same thing.
Because I've always been using OneNote.
Oh, well, you should use Evernote.
And I have all my stuff on it already.
Oh, you can probably export it to Evernote. Anyway, that's a discussion for another time.
So anyway, I mean, that's it. See, if I had that like on the iPad, that'd be perfect, because then I could just, let's say I'm on the go, I could just reference it on my tablet. So that'd be great.
That's cool. So I mean, no, that's awesome. So tablets, what would you give it a rating? If you had to give it a rating.
A rating?
Yeah.
Out of 5?
Sure, out of 5.
I'm going to give it a 4.
Nah, that's cool.
I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5.
Is there a reason why you didn't? No, because it doesn't have, like, it still doesn't have some apps that you absolutely need. Is that it?
Yeah, but it's not. I know this is going to sound bad. And you're probably going to give me shit for it. It's not a PC. It's not Windows. Sorry.
You're going to have to get used to that.
I'm sorry. It's just, yeah, it's great. But I need like full functionality, full blown everything. I want a mouse and keyboard is what I'm trying to say.
Okay. Well,
I want my desktop. But no, I'm going to try to stay far away from possible. 4 out of 5. But it's hard for me to say that because I've only had it for about a week.
Okay, so we'll get back to you next time then.
So right now, 4 out of 5.
Okay.
I'm very happy with it. The Google Chrome on this is spectacular. It's great.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's very snappy, very fast. But other than that, I mean, it's a very good little tablet for $199.
So that's awesome.
You really can't complain.
No, not for $200.
No.
Boom, there. Cool stuff. Speaking about tablets, so
yeah,
Acer CEO warns Microsoft to think twice about its Surface plans.
Okay, all I got to say about it's funny. Acer, you're shit. You make shit stuff.
What do they have to say that?
Hello. The only reason why you're selling anything is because you have Windows on it.
Even at that, it's like no one was making anything remotely as good as what the Surface is.
No,
So
they weren't.
Microsoft
No one
is putting
was.
everything into Windows 8, so they're going to have to. You didn't think they're just going to like wait and hopefully like, you know, the hardware manufacturers are going to get off their butts and start doing something? Because for everything that they've been showing, there's been some cool stuff, but nothing as cool as the Surface. You know, I guess
Only thing that was really cool. There were two things. Okay, CES 2011. I don't know if you remember, but they had a thing called the Samsung Series something
Samsung
slider.
Series 7. Yeah.
Forget what it was called.
Samsung
Yeah, something
Series
like that.
7.
So it was like as thin as this, and it was like a tablet with Android on it. It was an Android tablet first.
Yeah.
And then when you slid it open, it became a mini laptop. Mm-hmm. And then it went to Windows 7 mode.
Okay.
So I thought they were going to pretty much turn that into complete Windows 8 system. But I think that went out the window because I've never seen it ever again. And then there was the yoga pad, which I was really excited about.
Yeah.
Because that was like a full-blown laptop, which converted into a tablet, and you had the keyboard pretty much upside down and the screen on top of it, like this.
It was nothing like the Surface. The Surface is like an iPad, but the cover makes it into a laptop. It's like it's so cool.
Yeah. So Acer was definitely not going to come out with something
you know
like
what they're
that.
going to make? They're going to make is something stupid like the Advantage 8.
What do they? Yeah. What the hell did they make?
The Aspire. Sorry, the Acer Aspire. They made the Acer Aspire 1, that mini little netbook that sucked real. Whatever.
But wait, hang on. Acer tablet. We're doing this live.
Acer.
Do they have tablets?
If they did, I would be really surprised.
Yeah, the Iconia or the Iconia.
Yeah.
I think it's Iconia.
The Iconia. Yeah.
Looks like shit.
Of course, because it is crap. And it's funny how like it says it will create a huge negative impact for the ecosystem, and other brands may take a negative reaction. It's not something you are good at, so please think twice. Wow, you're saying this? You're not good at what you do primarily. Like, whatever.
Oh
Acer,
my god.
just
Anyway,
shut up.
it's like, who are you?
You know what?
Acer, man. You make crap stuff. I've never ever liked Acer things ever.
Yeah, I can't stand a company that's whining. I can't. I really like when it's whining like that, saying, "Oh, but it's unfair because they're doing this thing." Like, why don't you just get better and make something better? No.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Just do it. Like, seriously, why don't you kill the Microsoft Surface and make something incredibly awesome that people like want to salivate over? You know. Anyway, whatever.
I can't wait till the Surface comes out. I really want it.
Yeah, it's cool.
I know it's going to be crazy expensive, though. The Pro version.
The Pro version is going to be about $800.
Yeah.
And that's not expensive for a laptop. If you think of it as a laptop, it's not that expensive as a laptop.
But it's also only a 10-inch screen, and like,
you're right.
I like big screens.
Right, I know, but it has i7, it has a USB 3.
It's got HDMI,
and it has SSD.
Right?
Yeah, and it has HDMI.
So I guess that's okay. I could plug it into my big monitor. Right?
Say it again?
I could plug it into like my 27-inch monitor.
Oh yeah, and then boom, it's a computer. You can plug a keyboard, mouse, and a screen to it, and all of a sudden it's a desktop. Yeah.
So see, that's something like that is really ideal for me. Because it's got the portability, it's got the power, it's got the OS, and it's already compatible with everything I already use.
Exactly. So why would you? Yeah.
You know.
That's
so.
Exactly it.
I just hope it's a success. I hope it is a success.
Oh, I think so. If anyone tells me what laptop should I get, I'll tell them to get the Surface. Flat out.
But then what if they're like, well, I don't want to spend $800. I want to spend $399.
You want to spend $399 on a laptop? I tell you not to get a laptop.
What are you going to tell them to get? But what if they want a laptop?
If they want a laptop, they should save their money another year and get like something decent, not $399.
Yeah.
$399 laptops last a month. It's true. It does. They last a month. There's no point in continuing after.
So it's cheap laptops versus tablets.
If you had $399, I'd tell you to get an iPad, and that's it, and you'll be happy with the rest of your life. Well, happy for
too,
yeah, the
right?
iPad 2. Get the iPad 2. There's nothing wrong with the iPad 2.
No, there's nothing wrong with it.
I'm being totally realistic. There's nothing wrong with this. This thing, I have an iPad 2. I'm in year 2 now with it. It's fantastic. Okay, I don't get the screen resolution, and I don't get the dictation, mind you. Okay, right. I don't get the dictation. I don't get Siri. I don't care. What I do care is that all the apps still work. I get updates, and it runs quick. It's not slow. Well,
in the end, that's all that really matters, right?
That's it. As long as the things work, and it's not slow, and it has good battery life, then I don't care.
I mean, in reality, whether you buy a tablet, a laptop, or a desktop, you just... The bottom, some laptops may not do 1080p. Some may be a little bit slower, might not have enough RAM or blah, blah. The bottom line is you want something that lasts, and you want something that just will work for what you need. You don't need to go and buy $1,000 system if you're just doing some web browsing. So you might look maybe if you're just doing web browsing, you want to check your Facebook and your email, and that's all you're going to do. Then you're going to go buy a tablet.
Of course.
That's it.
Why would... Yeah,
that's it. That's it. If you're more businessy type and you do some word processing and you're not a power user, but you're, let's say, a step below a power user, you want to spend a good amount of money and get yourself something decent.
Well,
I'm gonna say $600 and up.
$600 is very low.
It's low, but
if you're
you
really
can find
serious,
some decent systems out there for $600. No Acer or stuff like. Try to go on the when you want to go buy a laptop or something. Go on the website.
Go on the direct manufacturer's website because they'll get you. Like Lenovo has some sick deals right now. That's crazy.
Exactly. Don't go to these other places. We recommend you just go directly to the website and buy from there.
Buy directly from the manufacturer because the manufacturer knows how to treat you right, not Best Buy or Future Shop. Just saying, that's life. I've been burned. Yes. I've been burned.
I was trying to be nice.
I've been burned by the Geek Squad. I'm not holding anything back. They suck.
Yeah, because they're going to be, like there's been times where I would be looking through the Best Buy or whatever store's flyer, and I don't look for myself. I'm looking for, let's say, a friend or a client. They said, Vince, can you help me find a good laptop for, I just want to do this, and this. Okay, fine. So I'll go on the flyer and I'll be like, and I'll circle 1 or 2. And I'll say, okay, get either this or this. They'll go there and they'll come back with something completely different. And shit. It'll be shit.
Of course it'll be shit. They're just trying to get rid of stock.
I said, what did you do? Well, the person at Best Buy told me blah, 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 blah. And I said, do not listen to the people. Don't listen to them.
They suck.
Because they're just trying to make a sale. They're just trying, they're just pushing. Number one, they probably don't know what's better, or they're just trying to push some sort of a sale.
They're trying to get rid of stock. They have a certain amount of stock that they have. They need to get rid of it, so they sell it because they know it won't sell unless someone pushes it.
Yeah.
Anyway, whatever. In the end, screw you, Acer. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. All right. All that to say is screw you, Acer. Shut up.
So shut up and take it like a man. Okay, so what's the next story here? Oh yeah, Windows 8 built-in games branded Xbox Windows. Well, yeah, that was kind of.
Well, we saw that coming.
We didn't see that coming.
Like they should have done this a long time ago.
Yeah, they should have done this with Windows 7.
Well, they should just I saw it coming. So now pretty much when you play Minesweeper or Solitaire or whatever built-in games and future games that you're going to be downloading from the Microsoft Store.
Yeah, Windows Store.
Yeah. They're going to be branded Xbox, Windows Xbox, because Microsoft makes Xbox. For those of you who don't know, it's a good thing that they've done this because everyone knows the Xbox brand, but not everyone knows that Microsoft actually makes Xbox. Did you know that? It's a pretty weird. People don't know who actually makes the Xbox.
Yeah, it's because on the ads they don't say Microsoft.
Yeah, so it's there, but it's like kind of hidden.
Yeah.
But anyway, no, it's good that they're doing this because like anything that's media consumption, games, videos, music, playback, should all just be branded Xbox because Xbox does all that right now.
Yeah.
It does music, it does videos, it does Netflix, it does everything. It does TV shows. You could buy movies, buy music. You could do everything with it.
Yeah,
and you could play games with it. And it's got the achievements, and the Xbox Windows games will also have achievements as well. So, and your current Xbox ID, which is a Microsoft-based ID, which is your Microsoft-based email, which is either live, I guess Microsoft.com, and now Outlook.com because that's changed to Hotmail. All those accounts are your Microsoft accounts, and you're probably going to be when you go buy a Windows 8. Let's say you buy Windows 8 and you log in, because Windows 8 kind of wants you to log in with your Microsoft account. You're going to be pretty much getting all your achievements and all your Xbox settings. You'll see them on your Windows 8 system. Pretty much is what I'm trying to say.
That's cool. Which is nice. And now for all the people, it's going to be a swarm of people trying to beat Solitaire and Minesweep because you get gamer score.
Exactly, you're getting gamer score, and when I downloaded some game on my Windows phone, and I was getting achievements. I was like, all right, gamer score. So no, it's good that they've done that. It's a good thing. They should have done that a long time ago because the whole Windows branding is already old. They should have just called it Xbox instead of like Xbox Windows. But I guess they're going to have to differentiate a bit because
they do have Xbox
we're
Connect.
PC and tablet based versus console based.
Yeah, they already have Xbox 360, Xbox Connect, and then they have Xbox Windows.
There you go, I guess.
So yeah, anything that's gamer related, it's like having the I in front of everything.
There you go.
Except here it's Xbox. So that's cool. Xbox Live, just keep going with that. So that's cool. So it's cool. And there's gonna be a bunch of people playing Solitaire saying, "Shut up! I need my achievements."
I'm playing Solitaire. Jeez,
God,
leave me alone.
So continuing with like tablets and new technology and stuff like that. So
yeah.
HP has like this tablet that's in a commercial.
Did you actually see the commercial?
I never saw this commercial, but I saw the ad. I saw the article at The Verge, and it's cool. It looks cool because it looks exactly like an iPad.
Does it really?
It looks like an iPad. I mean, from the back. I mean, it's coming from one photo. I don't know. It could totally different. Actually, it has little curved edges here, but it's like the whole silver back with the logo in the middle and has like a black band on the top to cover the 3G connections. Yeah, that kind of looks like.
What the hell is the freaking link? There it is.
You got it. It's in the dock. So it's apparently going to be It's going to be Windows 8 for sure. It's not going to be Android. It's not going to be.
I think it looks pretty different, except for the black.
I love the first thing on the comments. It's like rebagged iPad 1 right away.
Rebagged iPad 1.
Rebagged iPad 1 because it does look like that.
I don't know. How different can a tablet look? It comes to a certain point where how different can you make a tablet?
How many tablets look totally different than what the iPad did? How many tablets were there that looked totally different than what the iPad was before the iPad came out?
Well, they were old school tablets.
Oh, old school tablets.
Like Windows XP based tablets.
It's bullshit. They were like Windows. They were like freaking full blown PCs, super chunky, totally did not look like an iPad. And then when the iPad came out, then all of a sudden everyone had the same idea. Amazing. But whatever. That's another
No,
story.
it looks okay. I mean, whatever.
I don't know. You know what? This thing has to wow me a lot. Like this thing, this can be competing against the Surface. That's another thing too that the people have to understand. Like, I hope this thing is compatible with the keyboards that when Microsoft's coming out with, like the cover keyboards. I hope they make that universal so other manufacturers can like take advantage of that, so it can be super awesome. Imagine, like that's the new keyboard standard.
Like the one that Microsoft made here.
Yeah, for the Surface.
Like the Surface keyboard.
Exactly, the Surface keyboard would work with all these tablets. Imagine, that would be smart.
Yeah, it would be smart. However,
smart.
probably not.
Why?
Because companies want to make money.
But they make their own HP version of it, but it's still the same spec.
Yeah, I suppose.
You know, like all I see is Microsoft giving opportunity for these third party manufacturers, these OEMs. Like, look, here's an idea. Go at it. Right? Like they could probably ask, like, can we have the same like keyboard connector and everything else and whatever? It's like, yeah, sure. They would say no problem. They wouldn't care. They're still selling Windows.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I guess we'll have to see when they finally come out with this freaking thing.
Whatever this thing's going to come out. No, it's... I mean, from this one picture, it looks like a tablet. It's just funny that that WebOS is kind of like not there anymore.
Yeah, WebOS is gone.
WebOS is gone.
How long has it been now since WebOS's death?
Oh, it was last year.
Yeah.
It was last
That's
year.
too bad. It was good.
I mean, they
never
priced
used
it too high. They priced it too high.
From what I saw,
they rushed.
Nice.
They rushed the product out.
They didn't give it a chance.
They didn't give it a chance, and they rushed it out. They were stupid. They were expecting it to like be like an iPad. If you were going to line up for this thing, no way. It's not going to be like an iPad.
God, I hate the iPad so much.
Why?
I just hate anything Apple does. You know that. Tim, I don't have to explain that to you.
You're terrible.
I don't have to explain. You already know this. You already know these things. Do you think the Surface looks like an iPad?
No. It doesn't. Because it looks like a totally different product.
See, I'm trying to like...
The interface looks totally different.
Well, the interface is completely different.
That's it. It's innovative. The stand in the back with the keyboard, screen protector, the case.
Yeah,
it's.
I love that so much.
It's so like that's nothing like with the iPad. The iPad is just a smart cover, just closes it, right? Which was cool at the time, but like see, that's what I like. People taking an idea. Like, how could I make it better in mine? And that's what Microsoft did. So Microsoft did, and they have it's a unique product. It's competitive towards the iPad, but it's a unique product that people can't say they copied this from the iPad.
But people will say that.
No, they won't. Not at all.
Yeah, the Galaxy trolls will.
The Galaxy Tab 10 looks like a freaking iPad.
So, okay...
Let's
move on. Let's move on to the Samsung and Apple thing.
Okay, sure.
So since we're already talking, we're kind of already talking about it.
Yeah, it's kind of been like we've been poking at it.
Sorry?
We've been poking at it ever since the beginning.
Yeah, we've been poking at it, and we said on this show. Okay, and this is all about patents. This is like it. This is about Samsung copying Apple. This is about Apple pretty much telling everyone, listen, Samsung's copying us and we don't like it. And have you been reading the transcripts?
Well, yeah, because I get to see all like the designs that they did before the iPad. Is pretty cool.
Yeah, they're going back and forth. But I read it and I just from both parties, because you know that I like Samsung products, mm-hmm. and you know I hate Apple. Mm-hmm. But at a point, I'm just like, oh, man, you guys are both crying. Like, you're both crying. Just, like, even the judge is getting frustrated with them.
Well, also, I mean, like, okay, let's... okay, how can I say this without sounding like a fanboy? Because I'm trying not to.
Without sounding like a fanboy.
Because I'm trying not to, because I'm trying to be as objective as I can be. I can't.
Let's go with it.
I don't know. It's like the whole the case is about, it's not just basically on what Android did or what or what other phones are. It's explicitly at Samsung.
Yeah.
And if you look at Samsung's TouchWiz interface and the way that they've been designing their phones before and after the iPhone, it is obvious they're going towards that. Like if you ever looked at this article that Nilay Patel did on what was then This Is My Next, but now it's The Verge, he pretty much had all the icons lined up of how the iPhone icons and the Samsung TouchWiz icons and how they all look the same. And I think we talked about this before. And it's literally like, no joke, like the settings app in the freaking Samsung Galaxy phones with TouchWiz had gears on it, like exactly the same way. And the Photos app had the picture of the sunflower, and it was like, like, come on, are you kidding me? Like even the SMS logo on the app is the same thing as the iPhone. So if you're going to do that, you're going to have to face the consequences. I'm sorry. I'm trying to think this is reality. Maybe someone's going to say no, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. But there's a bunch of other phones that have been creating like a bunch of different icons for stuff like that don't look like the iPhones. But Samsung's all of a sudden just looks identical.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Now, is this really an attack towards? Well, okay, obviously it kind of is, but it looks like the case is turning into iOS versus Android in general. Is it not?
No, they're not. What they're talking about is the designs of the phones that Samsung has been making. So they had like the slide that said the phones prior to the iPhone. So they showed like something that looked like a Trio. That was from Samsung, okay? Well, hey, they copied the same thing that was popular back then. And, it just evolved, and then you see the iPhone, and then you see right after the iPhone, they started, like, dropping a whole bunch of things, and all of a sudden it morphed into an iPhone.
So do you think the Galaxy 1 and 2 are blatant iPhone ripoffs?
Not in terms of just the hardware, but it's also it's the software. Here, I'll send you a link, and this is actually, you can put this in the show notes.
Okay.
Where this is the evidence that they showed, where they showed like pretty much the phones before the iPhone, and then the phones after the iPhone. It's like complete change.
Yeah, that I saw.
Yeah, and it's like, I mean, like. Yeah,
that
pretty obvious.
But I don't think it's okay. Obviously, influenced their design. There's no question about it. But I don't think they're completely copying.
I think it's more the interface.
Like Android.
TouchWiz, not just Android. TouchWiz.
TouchWiz. Okay, now TouchWiz is their old. Oh, is their old stuff?
It's TouchWiz
or is like that's the equivalent of the like the stuff they put on top of Android.
It's the stuff they put on top of Android.
Okay.
Which
okay, now see now what's Apple getting at? Do they want to hit them on the hardware front? Because I think the hardware looks different.
Except I'll show you another one where they have the new Samsung Galaxy S3 kind of next to an iPhone. It, like, the regular user kind of like, come on. It looks pretty compelling, like, of an argument. It's basically on both ends. A little bit on each.
See, well, for me, they look they're different phones.
But I mean, like, look at the icons, for example, like the phone icon. Do you see the phone?
Yeah,
icon?
they look very similar.
Like even there's other ones too. Like you can't see them. Like the contacts and all that stuff. It looks pretty much the same.
See, I'm trying to find my messaging. Okay, you see, so like my Nexus here.
Yeah, but you have
the icons are completely different.
Exactly, because you have the pure Google experience.
Yeah, this is pure Android.
See, like
so
no one's gonna.
This doesn't have any of the this. Yeah, the Nexus is like the purest form of Android you could get.
Yeah, and
pretty much.
The thing is that, what was I gonna say? Come on, update. Okay. It's here. This is it. Perfect. I found it. I'll put this in the show notes as well. But like, Apple's never going to go against the Nexus 7 saying that it's a blatant ripoff of the iPad, because it isn't. It is not. You know, that is for sure. But like when you get articles like this, which I'm going to put into we're going to put in the show notes as well. This is an article in 2011. April 19th, 2011, where you actually put, I think this is the first Galaxy actually phone that was out versus the iPhone. And you look at them and it's like, yeah, well, you know what? A regular person will get confused by basically how the icons look alike. You know, like, even like their music app is like a record, a CD, and like a music note, which is the same thing as iTunes, right? So, it just doesn't make sense.
They're similar, but I don't know, man. We're
like keep scrolling down, you're gonna see the icons, and it's like, wow.
Yeah, I see them, but like they're different. To me, they're different. Like
to you, you're exposed to this. You can see that.
For me, it's like there's no comparison. Like whatever. To me, they're different. To my mother. How else do you want to make?
No, like to my mom. Like let's say if she went to like a Rogers store and she was like, I want an iPhone, and they're like, oh, we can gift you this. This is like an iPhone, but it's cheaper, and you present you with that.
Yeah, but it's going to be branded Samsung or branded HTC or.
But it's going to be like, oh, it looks the same thing, but it's not the same thing. You know,
they're similar, but you can. I don't know, man. I don't. It's too. For me, it's too minute. It's too like. The phones are different enough. They're different. They're to me they're two different beasts. The phones, the iPhone and the Galaxy, they're two different things.
In terms of technical specifications, yes. But when you come to like when you stop talking about technical specifications and you start looking at, just what you see in front of you, it's easy to get confused. Especially if you have a dock, you have the little dots that tell you which page you're on. It's very, very, very similar. That you can get confused, and you could, and the thing is that Apple would be losing a sale because it's something that is completely, almost not completely, but very, very close to what the iPhone is. Right?
Yeah,
you can't say that Samsung came up with that concept.
They did a survey, and I read it today that. It was like a small number of people actually got when they went to a Best Buy or Future Shop. We keep saying Future Shop. That's hilarious. They didn't return a Galaxy tablet or a Galaxy phone because it wasn't an iPad. It was more because it didn't work properly or it just didn't suit their needs. And at last place at a low percentage, I think it was something like, I don't know, like 5 or 4%, was because they had thought they had bought an Apple product and brought home an Apple product. So I think the average consumer is smart enough to know the differences between an iPhone and an Apple product, let's say, and a Samsung product. So I don't know. But they're just going back and forth at it, and the the lawyer for Samsung, you know, they're starting to play the centimeters and you know, like inches game too. They're really getting like, well, you know, this edge is 3 centimeters longer than this edge here, so it's like a real like.
Yeah, I know, but it's again like, would Samsung have made this phone like this? Like, I mean, the question here is that, is Samsung profiting from Apple's R&D work in design? Are they?
Know.
Yeah,
I
kind of think they are.
I can't answer that.
You know, because Apple, how many years have they been trying to make this interface? It's been since the year 2000. Easy.
Since when?
At least the year 2000. They've been trying to make a tablet since Steve Jobs came back. After the iPod, they started thinking about the tablet, and they're making these interfaces. And they're making a new version of OS 10 that runs on a mobile phone, on a tablet, and then they moved it to a mobile phone, and they've been spending years on this. And while at the same time Samsung was chugging out crap like that looked like the Trio, then they come out with the iPhone, and then all of a sudden the Samsung phones kind of look exactly like, well, not exactly, but kind of has a lot of similarities, and there's no debate about that. It has a lot of similarities compared to what the iPhone is, and Apple's just going to be like, okay, but it's just minute differences. There's still minute differences. It's like there's actual money that they invested in to try to get this product out. They made money with it, but now there's another company that's profiting from it. And that's really what's kind of being lost here in translation as well.
Yeah, I suppose, but you know, what? So I like choice.
There's no problem with choice. Windows Phone is a great choice. Does Windows Phone look anything like an iPhone?
No.
There you go.
So
you know what I mean?
don't know. We'll have to see how it pans out. I think it's like about a month-long trial or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. It's gonna be here for a while. Anyway, I'm done talking about that. It's just whatever.
Well, I've been reading it, and I've been following it, obviously.
Yeah, of course, because
I don't want Apple to win, because that means like, well, I don't know. I mean, if Apple wins, it's going to be really bad for Samsung, because they're going to have to change a lot of things.
Well, you know what? If they do have to change a lot of things, at least they're going to be innovating.
Yeah, I suppose.
You know,
Who
like,
knows?
Same thing with the Acer comment.
Oh, they're just scrap.
You know?
Acer's just scrap.
but
they're just scrap.
But I mean, like, look, they're not bringing Asus into the Asus for this Transformer Prime to say it's like an iPad. It's not, because they innovated. It's still using Android, but it's not. They're not like pulling this big trial for Samsung like they're doing it at Samsung.
It's crazy how just Android could be so much different on every other tablet.
That's it. You know, that's exactly it. And you know what else? There is space to make it different, but you know, when you decide as a company to, like, you know, look at the competition and say, hey, that looks like a good idea, we should do that too. You know, there's a way of doing that too. You know, like, you can sort of, like, have you ever seen Siri on the Galaxy S3?
S-Voice?
Yes, voice. Did you ever see the interface on that?
No.
It looks exactly like Siri. Not knocking the phone. The phone is a good phone on the Galaxy S3. The Galaxy S3 is a very good phone. But, I mean, when I want to see a product, I want to see something that's going to grab my attention, something that's different, something that is actually going to be better than what I actually have. Not some same thing, but it's not an iPhone. It's like, then I'll just get an iPhone.
iPhone sucks.
Speaking about iPhone,
that's my comment. All right, you said all that. All I'm going to say is iPhone sucks.
So speaking,
well, you just said all that BS.
Speaking about the iPhone, the new developer seed is out now, and
iOS 6.
iOS 6 beta 4 apparently, and from what we know from blogs, is that the YouTube app is gone.
Yeah, for Android too, no? I read it was for Android as well.
Oh, really?
They're both getting rid of the YouTube app, the native YouTube app.
Really?
Okay. I'll just double check quickly here.
Well, anyway, they got rid of it. So now the iPhone is now a Google free phone.
Completely.
There's no...
Wow, they really don't like each other.
Well, I mean, they said the contract was finished. They have a
contract?
Yeah, they had a contract with them to provide you, because YouTube.
So now
YouTube was there since.
So now, they're done with the YouTube app.
Yeah, well, the YouTube app was there since the original iPhone. So was Maps. So now with iOS 6, they got rid of both. So yeah, that's it. I mean, you can still. There's a web app that's you just add the home screen and voila, it's probably even better than the YouTube app. There's a lot of people that actually prefer that than the YouTube app because they haven't updated the YouTube app since the first iPhone. But
they had. It's like they really like.
No, they haven't done anything with it.
Wow.
No, it's because it doesn't really need to. It's just updating. But I mean, it's just watching a video. Because they had that app because all the YouTube videos were Flash, and with the YouTube app at the time, it was a commitment to convert all the video to H.264 so the iPhone could play it. Mm-hmm. And now all the videos in YouTube are H.264. So and now it's a HTML5 thing, so they don't have to actually have an app to translate it.
Yeah, it's going to run off HTML5.
Exactly. So there's no point in actually having the app. To support it, it crashes, whatever. You just have Safari and that's it. So yeah, that's cool. And also, interesting tidbit that came out today is that the iOS, the new beta, shows that it scales to iPhone 5 resolution.
So what's the iPhone 5 resolution? So that's pretty much leaked out now, right?
It's pretty much leaked out, yeah. So it'll run a rumored resolution of 1136 by 640.
1136 by 640.
Which it makes it longer.
It makes it longer.
And it gives it an extra. Yeah, it gives it an extra row of apps.
So that's okay. So it makes it longer, not wider.
Well, a little bit wider too there, but.
Okay.
Not like considerably wider, so it scales up beautifully, so you don't have to actually like recode an app to make it work. It'll be okay.
So we pretty much know now that the iPhone 5. Well, we've seen the leaked photos or whatever you want to call it, but now this almost makes it official that it's going to have a longer screen.
Yeah. So the rumor is that. The rumor is that it's going to be unveiled in September. So we'll see.
September.
We'll see. We will see.
Okay. So that's cool, I suppose. So it's like I've seen some concept designs. I've seen some leaked images. It looks pretty much like a 4S, a longer 4S.
Yeah. Essentially, yeah. Which, if you actually look at those court cases, they actually had an iPhone that was like super super long.
Oh, really?
And they actually had an iPhone 4 design way back in the day as well.
Okay.
So,
but wasn't there a document I think I saw last week where one of Sony's like it looked like the iPhone was like
the Johnny.
Sorry?
The Johnny.
Yeah. What's the Yanni? Yeah, what was that? I saw it. What was that all about?
So the thing is that what they're trying to say is sometimes companies kind of take their own product and they put another brand, and they just want to make sure, if this was another company, would this look good? Mm-hmm. So yeah. So that's what it would, that's what they were trying to do.
So wait, did Sony actually make it, or was it?
It was Apple that made a mock-up of it, and they called it the Johnny because of Johnny Ives.
Yeah, so the Yanni.
So that was the yawning.
The yawny.
So they just wanted to see the phone and see if it looked sharp with another, like, brand on it. So
That made me laugh.
Yeah, it's kind of like, what? What?
That made me laugh.
So yeah, that is it.
That's cool.
So yeah, iOS 6 eventually coming to an iPhone near you.
So, iPhone 5 in September, Windows 8 in October.
Yes, that's official.
Officially, I'm actually going to be able to download the...
You have a TechNet subscription.
No, what's it called? The release to manufacture.
You have a TechNet subscription.
I'm going to have it in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days.
Did I ever tell you you're my best friend?
Aha.
Ta-ha!
I will have it in 6 days.
Okay. Wait, do you have a TechNet
I'm going to then install it. It's going to be good.
And also, Windows Server 2012, for all the people that actually care, is coming out September 4th.
Hooray, I'm sure a lot of people care about that. I care about that.
I care about that too. It's a big deal.
It's a big deal. I'm yet to actually... I installed it once and then I forgot about it because like it was like too busy. But no, I'm going to have to learn that too now.
Yeah.
I have to learn a lot of things, Tim.
So much shit to read. It's insane. Yeah, and also Windows Phone 8 is going to be coming out soon.
Apparently Nokia's got some concept designs, but we'll cover that when we have some solid stuff.
Yeah, okay. And no, I think that's it.
Yeah, so go buy this. If you don't have something, go buy
Yeah,
it.
if you don't have a tablet, get this, because this is pretty cool.
Get this.
This thing is pretty awesome. Like it almost look Retina as well because it's a smaller screen, but it's 720p, so it's nice and dense. The pixels. It's a cool tablet.
It is a cool tablet.
It's a very cool tablet. Like yeah, I'd say get it.
Android's growing on me.
Yeah.
It's growing on me. I made an unboxing video.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Is it on YouTube?
Right now it's on my. I actually used my Blackberry Playbook to record it.
Okay.
It's on here right now, but guess what? I'm actually having issues getting it out of the Blackberry Playbook. So like I'm trying to connect to it, but anyway, I'm gonna try to like do that after we get off recording, and I'm gonna upload it onto YouTube, and so yeah. But no, it's a great thing. Go get it. If you don't have a tablet and you're looking for a tablet and you only have $199,
get it.
Can't go wrong.
All right. Cool. So I guess that's it.
Yeah.
So until next time. Oh yeah, by the way, contact us tgtp1@hotmail.com. That is our email. tgtp1 is our Twitter. Even our Facebook too. Just social media us.
Yeah. Support us. Help us. Give us money.
Okay. For this? No.
Someone please give us money.
We want more money. We're Canadians.
Yeah. More money.
More money.
More money.
Still love that episode. Alright, so I guess that's it. So I'm Timothy Matthews.
I'm Vincent Mercedes. Vincent Mercedes.
Alright, so until next time, peace out, Internet.
Keep on trucking.